That's right, Jeannie. There's 17 angels on the stage here at the amphitheater behind me. Right underneath them is a sign listing the 17 names of the victims who died in the school shooting on Wednesday. And next to that is a large poster. It says, "Remember these names." And the students who I talked to today, as you said, many of them not old enough to vote, they want to make a difference. They want their voices to be heard. And so today they took part in a peaceful protest because they want action and they want it now. Isabella Cristancho and Paula Montilla will be freshmen next year at the high school where a gunman killed 17 innocent lives Wednesday. Too young to vote, they came out to this street corner to let their voices be heard.
And I just feel like I should be here because I want to make a difference.
Over gun control and all that.
I hope that maybe Congress can help change this, because if this doesn't change, then it's only going to get worse for us.
Armed with only a sign in his hand, Robert Lopez took the day off work to be here.
All you need is one match to start the fire.
As the day went on, more and more people joined them, strangers coming together on a mission.
You know, everybody can say we'll do it tomorrow, but you can ask those 17 families, you know, if they have another day. So I'm here for them. I'm hoping that something will happen.
Senator Bill Nelson visited Parkland Friday and talked about the AR-15 assault rifle used in the shooting.
And it is legal in this state to buy an assault weapon like that. Well, I can tell you, you know, I grew up in Florida on a ranch. I've hunted all my life. I still hunt with my son. And an AR-15 that killed these at this school, and a Sig Sauer that killed 49 people at Pulse nightclub in Orlando. That assault weapon is not for hunting, it's for killing.
I spoke with you after the Pulse nightclub shooting.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, this has happened. What is it going to take to stop these shootings?
The fact that these students have spoken out so boldly may just penetrate everybody else, so that the body politic says enough is enough.
And who lives in a different part of the country reached out to me on Twitter today. He said he and his classmates have started a change.org petition. It's called Students Fighting Guns Since Adults Won't. And I checked just a few minutes ago. It was just started recently after the shooting. It already has more than 3,000 signatures. So students coming together to let their voices be heard. First Coast News' Bethany Anderson continues our team coverage now. And Bethany, I understand you talked to a student who was in the school when that shooting happened.
That's right, Heather. I did talk to a student who was in that school when the shooting happened. Something he told me earlier today, you know what, those flowers, Bethany, they should have been used for Valentine's Day, not because 17 people lost their lives. And this card that I'm holding in my hand, it's something that somebody wrote and they left it here to give comfort to people stopping by to see the school. And I want to read you the letter. It just says, "Our thoughts and prayers are with you during this unimaginable tragedy. Respectfully from the WestJet family." This is exactly why David took that video and why he put it out there, because he wants to prevent scenes like this from happening in the future.
All right, so we made it out.
This is David Hogg, and this disturbing video he took on his iPhone after SWAT teams rescued him and more than 65 other students hiding inside a culinary arts classroom. David documents everything. He's an aspiring journalist, so naturally, as the shooter walked through hallways targeting anyone and students hid under desks, David knew exactly what to do.
State your name and spell.
Isabel Robinson, ISABELLE-ROBINSON.
Knowing his life could be taken at any moment, David decides to document his classmates about gun control. Because if he died,
I was going to die doing what I love, and I was going to die doing something that I hoped would create change.
sound from his classmates, terrified, still trying to remain calm. They answered David's question with pure honesty. And I'll let them finish the story from here.
So what's your message?
I really don't think there's anything new to say, but there shouldn't have to be, because if you looked around this closet and saw everyone just hiding together, you would know that this shouldn't be happening anymore, and that it doesn't deserve to happen to anyone, and that no amount of money should make it more easily accessible to get guns. And that's that.
Just beyond that parked police car right there is the high school, and we're told that the freshman building, authorities have decided to tear it down because they do not want students to relive the carnage. Now, something else to note out here, and David wants me to talk about this. A lot of parents saying, I feel so helpless. I feel so helpless that I can't take these memories away. A lot of students saying, I feel so helpless. But David says that's not true, because now more than ever, everyone can come together and take action. He says the people of this community are strong. And he says the students at this high school, they're Douglas strong. Heather, back to you.
So very true, Bethany, so very true. Thank you very much. And you know, I met a 17-year-old who was out here this evening. It was her 17th birthday yesterday, and she brought flowers to place at this memorial. Flowers her daddy had given her for her birthday, and instead she placed them here for her 17 friends and teachers and coaches who died in the school shooting earlier this week. First Coast News' Hani Rodriguez continues our live team coverage now. And Hani, students obviously just still trying to come to terms with this horrific tragedy, but also the parents. And you talked to a dad whose son was in a classroom when the shooting was happening.
That's right, Heather. With a heavy heart, I spoke to a parent who told me his son said, Dad, I should have been one of those kids that was shot to death. He said minutes before he was in the bathroom, minutes before the shooting broke out, his dad tells his story.
10 minutes before the shooting, he was at the corridor. So he went to the bathroom. So he was, for 10 minutes, he would be right in the middle of the shooting. So he got into the side of his classroom and they locked the door. And the guy tried to get into his classroom first, and it was locked. And he heard he's saying, it's locked, so let's go to the other one. So then he heard all the shootings and everything.
Again, his son Daniel was luckily safe, as well as his classmates, but this father tells me they are thankful to God because it could have been much worse. Heather, back to you.
Honey, we're hearing so many stories like that out here at the amphitheater, where people are continuing to come, continuing to grieve, continuing to mourn, and to pull this community together, to lift one another up. I asked one person who was out here today, why'd you come out here? And they said, I just needed a shoulder to cry on. And so we've seen therapy dogs out here. We've seen the Red Cross handing out teddy bears. And we've just seen people coming together in this community because, as Bethany said, they are Douglas strong. They are Parkland strong. They will get through this, but boy, has it been a lot that they have been through this week. So many of them so young. That is the latest from Parkland. We're going to have more coverage for you coming up tonight on First Coast News at 7. Back to you.